Hi, welcome. Today we will see the endgame of bishop against rook. We will see this endgame from the defensive point of view and from the point of view of the attacker. So this is very important because, in my opinion, is an essential endgame, and this will help you to master not only the positions on the endgame, but even how to approach some positions on the middle game, because from the positional point of view, this is very important. So let's jump to our video. And well, the first position that I have to show you is this one. And here we are playing with white, and I've seen this position on the book of De La Vida, 100 Endgames You Must Know. For me, it's one of the fundamentals. It's mandatory to have this book if you want to improve your level. Of course, we will see several positions of this book, and Dvoretsky's Endgame Manual too. Very, very good book too, but more difficult. But it's always good to have this kind of books when you don't have internet, for example. But well, what do we need to know if we want to attack and if we want to draw? Well, for now, we will see the attacking point of view, and then I will show you two positions from the defensive point of view. So if you want to win, you need to check the position of the opponent's king. And if the king is near a corner, okay, that's a good sign. Then you will need to check the color of the bishop. If the bishop is from the same color of the corner and the king is near the corner, this means that you are won. So here it's the case. This king is near the corner and the bishop is from the same color. So for this reason, you are completely won. How can you win this position? Simple. You want to put the rook on one of these squares. Of course, these two, okay, this is possible too. Of course, this square of a7 isn't available because of the presence of the bishop. So the thing is that you need to put the rook on one of these squares with the win of a tempo. Why is that? Simple. Because if I, for example, if I put the rook here, the king will go away. For example, playing to f8, and this will be draw because the king isn't on the corner. So for this reason, this position is too specific. Are you seeing? That's the reason almost 70% of these endgames finish on a draw. So to win the tempo, of course, we need to win the tempos attacking the bishop. So how can we do that? With the rook, rook to f1. After, for example, if bishop goes to one of these squares, this endgame will be very easy because, for example, after bishop here, we can play rook to b1, and we are already threatening beautiful things. For example, bishop to c, of course, we will not play rook here because the quickest way of winning this position is just playing rook to c1. After, for example, bishop here, we can just play rook c8, and king here loses because, of course, king and rook against king is one. I need to do this video because I've not put it on the channel yet. But well, about alternatives. After rook plays to f1, of course, the bishop doesn't want to play to these squares, so probably the best approach to try to draw this position is to play bishop to h2. And here I will suggest rook to h1. Why is that? Because if I play rook to f2, the thing is that the bishop can play to g1. Yes, I'm one, but it's more complicated. And if I play rook to h1, I'm controlling these two squares. So after that, don't forget, bishop to these squares will lose quickly. So probably Black will play bishop to g3 because the bishop wants to be on the files where the king is. This king. So here you can put on pause and think a little bit to check if you solve correctly this position. Because here we will need to continue attacking the bishop. How can we do that? Simple. I will suggest, for example, rook to h3. And again, the bishop doesn't want to play to this diagonal, so probably here the bishop doesn't want to play too, because rook will threaten checkmate and will attack at the same time the bishop. So probably bishop to f2 will be the idea. And here, okay, if I play rook over there, the bishop will play again to g1. It's too complicated, it's annoying. So I will suggest an easier approach. Because of the fact that the rook is already on a great square, we can look to light squares to put our rook and try to give checkmate. So, for example, if we put the rook here, this is interesting. And probably you're thinking, oh, but well, rook c3, the king will go to f8. Yes. But the thing is that because of the fact that we attacked the bishop is on an open file. And because of that, we have the idea of giving check on f3. And this will win the bishop and will win the game. So this move already wins. Are you getting the idea? So we need to put this bishop on an open file. So this exercise is famous, and normally when everybody talks about endgames of bishop against rook, everyone shows this position because it's very visual, and we learn two very important approaches. One, the king needs to be at the corner of the same color bishop, and the other one, to win the position, you need to put the opponent's bishop on an open file to threaten checkmate. So about the victory, it's too simple. So now we will see positions, two positions with different approaches. They complement each other, and the idea is to draw. And how can we draw this position? Well, the first one is the easier one, and the second one is more stressing, but it's draw too. So here is black to play. And well, if we were playing with black, the first thing we would need to think would be, where will I place my king to draw? So this corner is from a light square corner. This one is light square corner too. Because of the fact that my bishop is from light squares, I will not want to go to these two diagonals. But these ones are good. So the idea is to push our king to the correct corners. Okay, very easy. But I have another suggestions too. For example, okay, you can run right now to the corner and the game will be drawn. But if you want to complicate more, you can always try to put your king on the center, the maximum amount of moves. Why is that? Because after 15 moves, the game is drawn. So without captures, important. I will suggest that you will want to put your king the maximum amount of moves on the center. And then you will need to put to the correct corner. So, I think it's all. So, for example, if I was playing with black, I would, for example, place my king in any square. Of course, I don't want to put my king near the wrong corner. So, after rook check, for example, king can play here with any problems. Here, rook check. White isn't improving, so I can play over there. So a few ideas could be this one. And imagine if the king starts walking, yeah, no problem. Bishop check, king to the corner. What is the problem? We don't have any problem at all. Why is that? Because after king here, the bishop will go over there. And just to have the idea, after rook plays, for example, to h1, we can just play king to g8. And even though exists, for example, For example, rook g check, this doesn't make nothing. We can go again to h. And here you can see an optical illusion, because, for example, if the rook goes to b isn't possible, for example, d1 to threaten checkmate. Yeah, we play again king to h8, sorry. And after rook check, again bishop here. And look. Oh, but the king will go to g6. Yeah, stalemate. That isn't possible. So alternatives doesn't exist. For example, rook to d7. Ooh, I'm so afraid. Yeah, no problem at all. We can play bishop to h7. Oh, but the king will walk. Yeah, let's go. King to g5. Okay. King g8 is possible, and bishop g8 is possible too. I like. And oh, but the king now is going to play here, for example. Yeah, I play bishop to a good square, something like a2 or b3. It doesn't matter. If rook attacks, yeah, a2. If rook goes here, yeah, no problem. This is completely drawn. Okay, so don't forget, you need to put your king on the correct place. So you want to put on the opposite, sorry, I don't know the correct accent for opposite. I think it's opposite. You want to put your king on the opposite color of the bishop. Okay, simple. Last position. So if you have any doubts, please tell me something, okay, on the comments, or you can talk with me. But well, last position. But before showing the last position, I need to ask you, why don't you like me? I'm a great person and I need your help, because yeah, even the same value, almost 87% of the viewers isn't subscribed. I need your help. Almost everyone isn't subscribed, and with your help I will continue producing content every day. Today I've already created another video about openings, a new openings, an invention of this channel. And right now, well, we are doing the second one, and you don't need to spend any money. I'm not asking nothing. I just need your support. So with that, your level will improve, and my level too, because I will need to work a lot with chess. So if you're enjoying this video, please like, and as you know, any suggestions or critics, any mistakes that you find, because yeah, we have mistakes, you can always put on the comments or talk directly with me by chess.com. My nickname is dark_attack. So let's continue with our video. So our last position is this one, and again, this is to draw, and we are playing with black. And okay, this is more stressing, because the squares of the king are completely cut by the opponent's king, because we don't have the opposition. And we need to be careful, because exist some teams here that gives victory to white. For example, bishop to d8 would be a terrible blunder, because after that rook a8 and we are on zugzwang, because the king will need to be played and rook takes. So we need to be careful with that. So for this reason, we will just need to play with carefully. And yes, I will suggest king to f8. And true, you're thinking, oh, but you have told that the king doesn't want to go to the wrong side. True, the king is near the wrong side. And for this reason, we need to be very careful, because on this case, it is possible to draw. This position is equal, but we need to be careful, because if the rook cuts the files, for example, this file, this will be very complicated to draw. So the thing is that this isn't happening. And if this happens, and if we have lack of space, we will need to do one third thing. We need to control the square of the opposition with our bishop. And if we do that, everything will be okay. So, for example, king attacks. okay, we can play bishop again. Don't forget, control the opposition square. Very important. Again, king here. Okay, let's be careful. King will go to the center. And if you can, you will push the king to the correct side. Okay? After that, for example, king. Yes, you can continue playing king here. But if you want, you can provoke again and play this. But the idea probably is better to go to the wrong side. So, because it's from the opposite color of your bishop. Again, another approach can be just to, for example, I'm going to play the bishop, sorry. This move loses because Rook plays here and threatens checkmate. So don't forget, we need to play this position with calm. And again, another approach. The Rook can play to f7. Okay, it's a check. Yes, here, what would you do? For example, I'm not worried to play this position with calm. For example, let's see. If the king plays to e8, probably we will lose because of ideas like that. He is threatening to give checkmate. So because of that, we need to calculate and play king to g8. After that, let's see. For example, Rook will try to cut the file. And here, okay, this is complicated, but we can draw because we will play king to g7. And are you seeing? Because of the wrong position of the opponent's king, we will try to run to the wrong corner. So if he cuts one, we will go to the other. So this is stressing, I know, but with practice and with the knowledge of the technique, you will be always able to draw when the position is drawable and to win when your opponent has his king and bishop on the wrong positions. So I think you understood these positions. I would like you to read this quote from Emanuel Lasker just before we finish, because it's kind of beautiful. And I'm always saying to my Portuguese students, and this is true, that's kind of different. He says that endgames teach you the essence of chess. The transition from the middle game to the end game is like graduating from college. You have the knowledge, now you need to apply it. By Emanuel Lasker. So this guy was a monster. He played a lot, and it's true, because I'm always saying that I had more difficulties to reach the 2000 living on my island, because I live on a Portuguese island, than to finish college and even university, because I have a degree on computers. And, this is true. Chess has this beauty. It isn't an easy sport, and it isn't easy to develop and increase our level. But chess has one thing that nobody can take us. When you reach a good level, you have all the merit, and you can say that you have this value, and you reached this level because of your work and because of your potential. So with that, we are going to finish this video. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, if you aren't subscribed, I need your help. And tomorrow we will be here at the same hour to talk a little bit more about chess. Have a good night, and till tomorrow. Bye bye.